There we go. Okay. Like little bits of hair everywhere. Oh. So, try and get it to focus on my hands. We can begin, hopefully. Just moving everything out of the way. So I was on live last night and it seemed pretty popular, so I thought I would pop on again this morning. And I am talking to no one because no one is on this live. So I am rooting like the front portion of the hair. Hoping it focuses on what I'm doing. Oh, and I'm realizing as I'm leaning, I'm going to be slightly, just adjusting, trying to adjust my camera so that it's not in the way of my face. Anyway, good morning. It is currently Saturday morning in the UK. And I thought I would chill with you guys for a bit because I was rooting anyway, so I thought I might as well just put it on a live stream. Hello, good morning. Of course, you guys might be international and it might not be morning for you. I'm making a curl that's going to come like in onto the forehead area, so I think it's going to look pretty cute. This one. Trying to do like 1 or 2 hairs per hole, but the vinyl hasn't heated up much at the moment, so it's a bit hard to get it in at the moment. Be easier in a couple of minutes when it's warmer. It is going to be another hot day in the UK today. Hot for us, like 24 degrees. I think a lot of people would consider that not very hot, but I need to turn this down so I can see a bit better. It always automatically goes on to the live always goes onto like top messages and not all messages, so I miss people's comments. So let's talk about my plans for today because I don't know what else to talk about at the moment. So my home office at the moment looks like incredibly messy, because I've been having a clear out. So I've got piles for like donation, rubbish, just all sorts, selling. So I am hopefully going to continue doing some of that decluttering. We are planning on moving, and so we are going through like every single shelf, every single drawer. We got really fortunate actually the other day because we were getting rid of a couple of lamps, and we had this lovely lady come in, and she was coming to pick up the lamps, and we had gone through our bookshelves and had like 50 or 60 books or so, that we were trying to, like, we were just going to be donating. And it turns out she works with an organisation that sends, they ship books to Gambia, and so she just took all our books in a box to ship, which was really fortunate. So I love it when like things happen for a reason. I always think everything happens for a reason, but that was very like serendipitous. Like this was meant to be that she was meant to be the one that's coming to pick that up. Hi, Jess from South Wales. So it's this colour because I have a heat lamp in it at the moment. So there is a lamp inside it which heats the head up, which is then makes it easier for me to root because the vinyl is warm. But it won't stay like this, so don't worry. I've had like a really exhausting week at work, so I'm trying to treat myself with kindness this weekend, and just do things that make me happy and feel good. And one of those is rooting. So for anyone that's on here that doesn't know what this is a fake baby that I am adding hair to. I create hyper-realistic dolls, like you can see this one in the background. It's actually the same sculpt as this one, but I've painted them with different skin tones because I thought that would be cute. And yeah, if you want to follow along, do subscribe and you'll see more of my content. I try and make lots of interesting content, like for both artists and people that like collect reborns or are just interested in dolls or learning more, or that are just fascinated, like morbidly curious about the whole subject, because I know a lot of people are. And I always want to point people towards my like rooting videos whenever I get comments from people that are shocked about how much these dolls cost, because I mean you guys are watching in real time how long this takes and what this like process involves. So you can see how much effort I'm putting in, literally rooting hair by hair into this head, and then people are shocked that the dolls cost hundreds of pounds, and it's like, well, if you watched this, I think that would make more sense to you. But it's so satisfying to me watching it come together. And yeah, this one has really beautiful hair. Oh, you bought a Reborn from me. Oh, thank you. Which one do you have? I was drinking a coffee this morning. when I first started collecting Reborns, I only ever really collected rooted hair Reborns because like they do look so much more realistic, and also because my Reborns were more for display. Like I didn't really spend a lot of time like holding them or anything. But in more recent years, I have discovered painted hair Reborns, and I like now having both in my collection so that I have some dolls that are like basically purely for display and some that are for like holding and cuddling. And particularly if I have people around and they want to hold a Reborn, I would rather them hold one that has painted hair rather than rooted, because then there's just no chance of them like messing the hair up or damaging it. Oh, sniffy. Do I root them fully? Yes, so obviously I'm rooting all the way around. I have rooted like the back of the head and the other side, and I'm basically just doing the top. This one I have completely rooted. It's obviously with straight hair rather than curly, which this one has curly hair. It's really cute. But yes, we are now doing the top of the hair, and I have filmed an entire rooting tutorial, which I haven't edited yet, but will be going up. Basically, once I finish this baby, I just want to get a few shots of like the finished result, and then I will be able to put that video up. So I am also directionally rooting this hair, so you can see like, I don't know if you can see, I've actually drawn lines on the head which show me the direction that I need to root the hair in, which is very useful, so you don't get lost, basically. This is going to be a cute girl, I can already tell. This feels like a more chill live than last night. When I was on last night, I had like 2,000 people in here at one point, and the chat was just going so fast I couldn't even like read people's comments at times. I'm hoping that it's like focusing on what I'm doing and not just the baby in the background. So I think that's enough for that curl. So what I'm going to do is kind of gather that hair together and just spray a little bit with water And then it kind of helps. I'm trying to make it into its own little cut. Oh, that's cute. I don't know if you can, there you go. You can see that's a little curl now. And yes, this process always does look a bit creepy until it's like finished. So I fully get that. Especially when it's glowing red from the inside. So I've painted on this hairline. I don't know how much you can see it with the light on the inside, but I did paint on a hairline, which is also helping me like guide me about where I am placing my needle. I don't do this for all of my dolls, but for my darker skin babies, this is like meant to emulate baby hair. So I like to paint the hairline on so it's like blends better with the rest of the hair basically. How long does it take to root the heads? So each head, depending on like the size, the texture of the hair, takes a different amount of time. So straight hair is definitely faster to do than curly hair. And it depends if I'm like trying to mono root the whole head or like micro root. So like mono rooting is going in one hair at a time, whereas at the moment I'm kind of going in like a couple of hairs at a time. But it takes anywhere from like 12 to 20 hours. I think sometimes a bit more. I don't generally time myself. I am fairly fast at rooting, I know. I've seen other people spend like 80 hours on a head. I don't really have the patience for that, I will say. And obviously the longer you spend, like the higher you like the more you have to charge for the doll, because obviously that's your time and hours put in. And I don't charge that much for my dolls, so obviously that would be like adding like thousands on. I feel like I've got hair in my eye now. Hair flying around. So the head is glowing because it has a heat lamp inside. Oh, and someone asked if they can buy my dolls. Yeah, I sell all my dolls through Reborns.com, so there's like links in my bio about how to buy from me. At the moment, most of the dolls that I'm making, I think I am going to be saving for the doll show in November. So I'm really hoping I can go as an exhibitor and like physically take dolls with me and sell them at the show. I'm gonna do a giveaway when I reach 100,000 subscribers on here. So do remember to subscribe if you want to be in with a chance at winning one for free. It's such a satisfying process. It's very like meditative. Yeah, it's like a form of meditation when I do this. So it's super chill. It's like one hair after another, just very calming, basically. Can I make you one? I don't take custom orders. That's just because it kind of takes all the fun out for me. I've made customs in the past, but it's so stressful, and yeah, ended up like just taking all the fun out of painting. So I will only make what I like, and then I just sell them as I make them. Really. Yeah, so I've got the head is glowing because I've got a heat lamp inside. It won't glow forever. That will be coming out. But yeah, as I said, I don't take custom orders, so even if you pay me, I won't make one for you, unfortunately. Maybe one day, like if I was doing this full time, I would probably consider making customs, but I literally get like probably 50 requests a day to make customs for people, and that's just not something I would be able to manage, obviously. There is also quite a lot of risk with customs, like if someone doesn't like the end result, or if you're not able to like keep to the agreed time. Yeah, a lot of artists do them though, so you should be able to find someone that will. I feel like I need to blow my nose. How long does it take me? So the painting takes around like 12 hours, and then the hair rooting can take anywhere from like 12 to 20 hours or so. I never really time myself on the hair, but it obviously it does take quite a while. And then you've got like all the assembly and things, so yeah. These dolls take a lot of work, but I think the end result is worth it. But I've got loads of videos and things of ones I've made on my page if you are interested. Mostly short form content, but I am branching out into long form videos now as well. Do you do with blonde hair or only black and brown? I have rooted babies with blonde hair in the past. Blonde hair is a lot harder because it's really difficult to see. So yeah, it's definitely harder to root, but I've made a few blonde babies. Oh, I can hear my husband walking about. This is going to be like its own separate curl. I'm laughing at Valerie's comments there. I am assuming that's just a troll. I have tried to be. I've tried to identify trolls recently. I always take people's comments very literally and can't like tell if someone's joking or trolling. And sometimes I've like made video responses and then people have been like, oh, you know, ignore them. There was just a troll, and I was like, I did not get that at all. It's like a new thing for me to try and identify. So yeah, it's not human hair. It is alpaca. So we use goat hair and alpaca because it is a lot finer than human hair, and babies have very fine hair, whereas humans have quite like the individual strands are quite thick, so you wouldn't be able to use like adult human hair on these babies. Oh, little ringlet, so cute. Do you curl the hair after, or is it pre-curled? So it is already curled. So this is the hair that I'm using. It is from Juna. And yeah, this one comes curly. I have other ones that come straight, and then I root straight hair like this. It just depends on what you buy. This is quite an expensive brand as well, but the higher quality you buy, like the easier it is to root and the better result in the end as well. So how much would this one be? So I don't know how much I'm going to price this one at the moment. This is a cuddle baby, so it'll be cheaper than like a full body baby. Probably around like £400 or so, but I'm planning on selling this one at the doll show in November, so I won't be listing her for sale at the moment. And I'm gonna try and like make this little curl here, I think. So yeah. Thank you. I do think it's very pretty. And yes, this is how you make realistic baby dolls. The doll show that I'm going to be going to is in the UK. It's in Basildon. So it is. We have quite a few in the UK that occur like all around the country, but for me the easiest one to get to is Basildon. I'm now holding the command strip in a different way to try and like make this curl separate to that one. I'm just gonna use some water to make sure I'm moving these ones so they're not in the way. I'm just popping that on there. So I'm going to try and bring one like following the line that I have kind of created here with the painted baby hairs. Oh, you got your baby off me, thank you. I haven't sold that many dolls. I usually sell them all through Reborns.com, and I do have a couple up for sale at the moment, not ones that I've made, but ones like from my collection. And then, as I said, I'm planning on going to the doll show in November, so any dolls that I'm making at the moment, I'm kind of saving for that show, hoping that I can then sell them there. This isn't really doing what I want it to do. I think some of this hair is a little shorter. It's definitely more difficult rooting curly hair than straight hair. But we love a challenge here. How much are my dolls roughly? My dolls cost anywhere from, like, the cheapest I would sell is around 200 to up to like £800. So they are quite expensive, but obviously they're all handmade, and you can see how long they take me to do. So like rooted hair ones are generally more expensive than painted hair because that takes significantly less time. So yeah, it takes a lot of patience, that is true. And sometimes my eyes are going a bit unfocused. Ever since I had eye surgery last year, sometimes when I've been trying to like focus for a while, they just struggle to focus. But when you are passionate enough about something, you find a way to make it work. I thought that was a fake baby that looks like the sun. That was a funny comment. It's like the baby from Teletubbies. It's like the face in the sun, but no. This is actually the Thea sculpt, and I've got a heat lamp in it at the moment, which is why it's glowing red. I've done another one of the same sculpt here, but just with a different skin tone and different hair. And I find it really fun to see like the same sculpt painted with different like skin tones, different details, because it can look so different, like just by how you paint it, even though the bare bones are the same. That's always fun. And I am very sorry if I'm like not responding to your comments. I'm only looking at my phone occasionally. Do remember to follow me if you want to see more of my content, or if you're interested in Reborn dolls, or you're in me. I know some people just follow me because they like the sound of my voice, which is quite funny. So I've done a few like ASMR style videos now to try and like capture that audience or entertain those people. But when I reach 100,000 subscribers on here, I will be doing a giveaway as well. So if you want to be a part of that, God, that was very American, me saying that. If you would like to be a part of that, then do go ahead and hit that subscribe button, guys. I will add, like, this is not my full-time job, just so people are aware. This is what I do as a hobby in my spare time, but I would love to be able to do it full-time, or even like more than I currently do it. I'd like to be able to work fewer hours in my quote unquote real job. It's funny, like, people in the doll world are always surprised to hear I have a real job, and then people in my real job are always surprised to hear about my doll making hobby. But it's always really fun when I like tell people about my channel. I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I make dolls, and they're like, oh, like, you know, porcelain dolls, or, you know, people see a lot of like custom Barbies, that kind of thing, and I'm like, nope, hyper realistic baby dolls. And they're like, what? And then I like show them my TikTok or something, and they're like, oh my god, that's crazy, I've never seen these. I have bought some into work as well. In the past, I've literally bought in some dolls, so that people could hold them and like see what they were like in person. That was quite fun. I've got mixed reactions, mostly very good, but I did have one manager that was just absolutely freaked out by them, which is always funny. Is the hair real? Yes, it's real hair, but it's alpaca hair, so it's not human hair. I don't know if that makes it more or less ethical, to be honest, but I suppose the alpacas need to be shorn, so yeah, it's quite expensive though. Alpaca hair. A cheaper version is just to get goat hair, but it's never as soft in my experience. Oh, my eyesight. I did try and put in the title of this live that it's a fake baby, rather so people weren't surprised when it came up and worried. Coming to the end of this piece of hair, and it's always a little tricky rooting the final little bits of hair. There we go, help myself out a bit here. Yeah, just a reminder, do subscribe if you are interested in babies, dolls, anything like this, because I am trying to get to 100k to be able to do that giveaway. The doll is literally like 90% done. I just have to like do the eyebrows, root the eyelashes, and then assemble, and we'll be good to go. So that'll be quite quick. Yeah. I think it's so sweet when people are like, "Oh my gosh, you're so talented," and I'm like, "Well, if you followed from when I first started making these dolls, so I started posting about reborns during the during the pandemic, because I only started collecting them for like 5-6 years ago, and I didn't make them at that point, and so I already had my channel and everything when I started making them, and if you see like my first few dolls, they are very poorly done. Basically, I ended up doing a giveaway of one of them because I was like, I can't even sell this, like I've already stripped it and redone it multiple times. I just need to, you know, give someone this doll for free, basically. And it has taken a huge amount of patience, practice, trial and error, learning from other people, to be able to get like decent at making dolls. And I now think I am decent at making them. I know I'm not like the best or the highest quality, but all of my dolls are made with so much love and effort, and I really hope that like people can see that in my dolls, that like they look at them and they're like, oh yes, this is one that's been made with love. Because I really do put like my heart into each of these. I want them to look as good as possible. Oh, my eyelid is twitching. Unhelpful. Oh, it's really twitching. Where do you get the hair from? Lots of different places sell the hair. So I think Mott and Giddo sell them. Yeah, there's lots of like Reborn suppliers that sell hair, basically. So I got this one, I think, from Fairy Tales at Reborn Nursery. But just to clarify, like this is vinyl, this isn't silicone. I don't make silicones myself. It's a whole different process to make silicones. I mean, the rooting process is very similar, but the painting process is very different, and it's a completely different material. And silicones are much more expensive. Yeah, I'm just again going to say please do subscribe if you are interested in any of my content, because I am really excited about the prospect of getting to 100k. That would just be amazing, utterly amazing. I just do this bit here. Sometimes the hair gets really messy on like the end, and it becomes harder to root, and I have just made that too short. Yeah, it becomes harder to root, so I'm just sorting that out a little bit, and then I'll try and see if I can form a curl there. So this baby has a really prominent fontanelle, which is this like line that you can see. And that's the reason I decided that I would be rooting this baby, because I essentially wanted to cover that up. And if I left it bald or painted the hair, it would show too much essentially. So I was going to paint the hair on this one, like before I received the kit. I was like, oh, this is going to be a painted hair baby, but absolutely not. I couldn't leave it. Like, no hate to the sculptor. I think it's really cool and realistic, but it does make it harder if you want to paint the head, basically. So I am trying to put a decent amount of hair in to the bit over the fontanelle, just to try and like cover that up, basically. Oh, I'm gonna have to stop soon because my eyes are struggling to focus. One of the downsides of having really poor eyesight. I have like very severe poor eyesight. I had to have surgery actually last year because it got so bad. Okay, so I think we'll see what we have managed to create here. So this bit kind of hoping that it would do something, some kind of curl. I'll take that. Okay, so obviously like there will be more hair on this baby. And then that will hopefully be all good once it's got more hair and things. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. You can see I've got this one as well. It's like the same sculpt, but painted differently. So I will probably leave it there. Thank you for coming. If you want to see more from me, then please do subscribe, because I am trying to get to 100k. How does the hair stay on if it isn't glued? It is glued, so you glue it from the inside. I don't know if you'll be able to see in there that it's like dark on the inside, which is where all the hair's gone through. And then I use, this is tacky glue is what I use to glue it from the inside. So yeah, don't worry, it is glued. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will hopefully see you on the next one.